Hello everyone, on this video I will teach you guys how to make easy GSAP animations with the SNN-BRX. So we will make a couple examples, for example this one and a couple more split text as well. So I will teach you guys the basics on this video. So this will be a series, I was talking about this before, and I will continue to making different animations, and for example made with GSAP. GSAP made this website. I am planning to make some of these animations from these collections, like inspired from it. For example, this card or this card or this one maybe, like or split text. Okay, so keep it in mind. If you are not subscribed to the channel, definitely subscribe so you don't miss it. So on SNN-BRX, there is multiple way to make GSAP animations. Like first one is the easiest one. Actually, this is the new feature, is the select animation system. So this system gives ability to select animations for the container, like section, container, div, and the text elements. And these are all the basic elements we use on all of our designs builds. So all the core elements, and then we can select these utility animations top of each other. Okay, the default is ScrollTrigger. For example, if we don't want ScrollTrigger, we can just select the scroll false and it will play on entrance, and we can make it faster, slower. We can change the function of the easing. We can give delay or duration. Okay, so let's start with the basics. Let's delete the example. Let me teach you guys the basics. First, start with the GSAP ScrollTrigger. Let's make a ScrollTrigger example. Let's give a little bit space, because if we don't have space, we don't have scroll. ScrollTrigger needs the scroll, right? And let's add some stuff. I don't know, random stuff. And let's give a little bit space between them. Okay. So the idea is giving this container, okay, this is the wrapper, and these are the first childs, and we want to select them. And if I give only the animation, I can make that, of course, like only container, like all container wrapper can animate all together. Or if I add the Stagger splits the animation to each sub-child, like first child, okay? The first child. Keep it in mind. So, and then that animation gets applied to the sub-childs. I mean, child, sub, same thing. So think this as Stagger as the amount of the value of the split amount. Okay, so if we want to make this, let's say, little more smoother, we will need to give less number. Okay, let me give really small number, and then this will make it, look at this, like it is almost not visible. We can see the first element a little bit, but the last element not visible at all, second little bit. So when you make small number like this, it will be much smoother. If you make it high number, it will be very one after another, like it will create a little bit more time. Let's say it's not times the scroll, but think it as like it is coming a little bit later. Okay, so that's what Stagger does. Actually, if you want to learn about it, definitely go to the GSAP site, read about it, because it is exactly the same thing we are doing. Okay, so these descriptions and informations are valid. Okay, so let's make, for example, let's slide it in. Instead of sliding left, instead of opacity, and now it will slide in back. And let me teach you guys the how to fine tune it, because this fine tuning is very important. Okay, now we know how to make simple animations. We just need to stack the animations and utility animations top of each other. If we want to fine tune it, we can enable the markers. So on ScrollTrigger, when the scroll green touches start of the wrapper, like start of the animation starts, and then until red touches red, continues and ends. Okay, so let me teach you guys about it. So this scroll about scroll bar. Okay, so this scroll start and scroll end means the scroll bar points. Okay, these start and end points are the wrapper, the HTML DOM. Okay, so let me show you actually. It is exactly same with the DOM element. So let's refresh. So this is exactly same with our wrapper. Okay, so we can of course change these locations, but to understand, like, this is very important, very important. Understand this carefully. So these locations stay same, always stay same, but we can change the animation starting and ending positions. For example, let's start it very early, because right now until I go down a little bit, it doesn't start, right? But if I want to, actually I want to change the stagger 1 to back. I want to move this green down. Okay, so right now it is probably like in 50% or 55% as default. These are default locations. I want to move it down, let's say 60 or 70%. And I just need to write start and add the start 70, and this green will go down and the animation will start early. Scroll trigger animation. Okay, did you guys see it? The animate, it goes down. Actually, let's move it even more. Let's make it 90%. Why not? It will go down even more, and animation even started before I move it. Okay, so keep it in mind, like the spacing and the locations. For example, let's give a little bit more space, and the animation already started, and see, it is starting really early. That's how the scroll trigger and the fine tuning works. Okay, so take your time when you are working on this, like start or end positions, and same for the end, by the way. If you want to end early, for example, we are starting early but it is not ending early, we have to go down almost, like almost the container goes outside, like almost go touches the top, and then it ends. Let's say we want to keep the animation, like finish the animation middle of the page. What do we need to do? We need to make this red scroll end touch this end early, and for that we need to move. For example, this is like 40% something. Let's move it down to 70%. Yeah, it will touch much early, red to red, and right end, and then let's make it 70. Easy. Now it touches much early, and it ends very early as well. So it's a little bit too much, by the way. I'm gonna put it back to 60 or maybe even 50. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. Okay. And now the animation ends almost like when we are on the middle. Let's make this 50. Okay, great. That's what I want, because what we want, especially for the text elements, for user experience, we want the animation to be done and readable when it is in the viewport, when user can see it. If animation ends like after or before, of course user will not see it, right? So user experience is very important. That's why we need to sometimes fine tune these animations. And that's how we fine tune it. And of course, when you are done, just remove the markers. That's it. You only want to see the markers on development, okay? Not on live. And let's continue. Let's check the... let's continue with the scroll pause. So let's say I want to make this animation on entrance. For example, right now it is scroll trigger, right? But it is really easy to make this entrance animation, autoplay. Okay, when I refresh, it will just autoplay. Look at that, simple. Let me refresh again. Easy, easy. So it will play when I see the section. Okay, let's add a little bit more space. So I don't see the animation yet. Okay, I refreshed it. And let's go down and the animation starts automatically. Okay, this is how easy to make entrance animations. Of course, we can make it faster or slower. We can add delay. For example, we can start the animation 1 second late. That's possible too. Refresh, go down, wait, and start it. It started late. And we can make the when you have stagger, you want to adjust the stagger, okay, not the duration. We can add duration as well, duration possible, but on this case, let's adjust the stagger first. If I make the stagger less, small number, it will play much faster, okay? So it was 1, let's make it 0, 1, okay? Refresh, go down. Oh, too fast actually, yeah. 0.5, yeah. That's the way to go. And go down, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it plays so smooth. Great. And that's how it works. And of course, we can make, you want to use the duration when you are not using stagger. Of course, you can use it together, but usually it doesn't work great. Okay, it doesn't like the stagger with duration, it conflicts each other. So let's say I don't have stagger, I just have the animation. And then without stagger, how I'm going to control it, right? I'm gonna make this, let's make 2 seconds, refresh, and it will play slow. Let's make even more slow, 3 seconds. Like that. This is like you want to use the duration without stagger usually, okay? Because when I do it, let me show you, it's just gonna conflict, like it doesn't work all the time. Stagger 1. Yeah, it is not even, it is ignored probably. For some animations works, some animations conflicts. That's why I don't recommend it. No, I definitely not recommend it. And that's that. Let's remove the, oh, no, let's keep the stagger. Okay. Stagger animation. Let's make the stagger less so it plays a little bit faster. And right now it is playing auto, right? But that's not all. Like there is more. So we can loop this. We can enable the loop, and when we enable the loop, it will play again and again and again, and it will automatically go back, by the way. Like it is not like, it is so smooth. It is smoothly going back. It is not just jumping, like teleporting back. The animation automatically plays backwards, forward, backwards, forward, infinitely. Okay, so I think there's a repeat too. Repeat, I didn't implement it yet. I didn't implement it yet. Ignore what I said. I am thinking about the number of repeats. Like I am thinking about implementing that as well. So let's say you just want to loop it 3 times. Okay, I am thinking about it, not implement it fully yet. Okay, and that's that. I think that's the all basics you need for entrance and the scroll trigger. Yeah, I mean, there is another way to make animations. Like we don't like Stagger makes it really easy to make, like animate 4 of them automatically. But of course, if you want to, you can animate each of them separately, right? Let me do that actually. Let me show that too. And after that, I'm gonna teach this split text. So let's say we have like separate animations, only layouts and the text elements, these three elements supported. So if you have like icon, you will not see the animations here. So that's why you may need to wrap it, okay? So you may need to wrap it with block so you can use the select animations, okay? Let's do that. For example, let's make this opacity. Let's make all of them opacity 0 to 1 animating. Simple scroll trigger animation. Okay. So this is just automatic. Actually, it will be almost like Stagger because they are playing one after another. We have added separately. So if you want to like fine tune like crazy, you want to give animations to each element instead of using Stagger, okay? Stagger is great. It is a great shortcut, but of course it has limitations. For example, if I want to make this second one, instead of opacity, I want to make this slide right. I want to make it slide left. Like three of them opacity fading in, but one of them is sliding in. Like if I want stuff like this, fine-tuning like that, you want to make separate animations. And then with that, you can add delay. For example, you can delay 1 second, one of them, and it will play much later, of course, if it is entrance. Let's make it scroll false. Okay. So if it entrance animations, displays, scroll false. Okay. And then displays. Why is this not coming? Weird. Okay, fixed. I just wrapped it with the block. I don't know, like it refuses to play for some reason. I added exactly the same animation and added 1 second delay. Now displays, and after delay, displays, and it is entrance animation. So you can combine stuff like this, okay? You can combine stuff. You can combine animations. And let's start with the split text, okay? So we have like heading, let's add basic text, let's add rich text, okay? And then let's make the spacing a little bit much more, and then let's add more text. Okay. So now I want to add split text animation. Of course, we can add like fade in animation, slide animation, completely moving all container or the element. But good thing is we can make split text animations as well. Let's make the heading as letter split text, okay? Split text true is default, just splitting the letters. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay. And now when I move, of course, I didn't add the animation. Let's add opacity. Simple, easy. And this will play one after another. Why it is playing all of them exactly same time? Because I didn't add Stagger. We need to add Stagger because it doesn't know. The reason is it split it. See, it has split it. It is working, but it doesn't know how much it needs to stagger, how much it needs to play each of them one after another. It needs a value, and that value is stagger. Let's give 1. And then it will play one after another with the scroll, okay? With the scroll. Easy. And if we give smaller stagger, it will be smoother. Let's make it 0.5. See, like other letters showing a little bit. Let's make even more smaller. This will be much better. See, like almost it starts to see like second, third, fourth almost. It plays smoother. Okay, that's how split text and stagger works. Let's split the words. Let's make it opacity again. And split text word. And let's make stagger 1 first. Okay, now this will be split it word by word. Let's make it bigger. Why not? Let's make it thick. Okay, and now it is playing word by word. Nice, perfect. And of course, same thing if we want to make it smoother, because it is playing like chunk by chunk. It feels weird, right? It doesn't feel smooth. So to make it smooth, lower the stagger, and it is much like it feels much better. Like you want to make the user feel easy to read the site, easy to read the page and text. Okay, and last, for lines we can add opacity again, why not, split text lines, and it will split each of the DOM element, p tag, list tag, p tag, p tag. By the way, there's a trick to list. It will animate all of them same time because it selects the first child. That's why. Let's do that, and let's add stagger too. Let's make one. So it is playing one after another, each DOM element. There is a fix for the list. It's an easy fix. Just delete the all, okay, on the code tab, and then it will play one after another. Easy. And you can like show really big text, block of text, and show each line one after another. Really sexy, really easy. It feels really nice. Okay, and this is how the split text and stagger works, and really easy actually. Of course, keep it in mind, you can still use the markers, you can still use the start and end positions, you can start it really early. Same stuff, like all the animation setups, all the select animation utility presets can be stacked top of each other. Actually, you can even like, you can add anything like slides, whatever. Of course, after one point, it will start to feel weird. Yeah, you don't want to add like too much stuff, but you can do it. I mean, I don't care. I mean, it's your site. Just play with it, have fun. Okay, definitely have fun, because making ScrollTrigger animations, GSAP animations, really fun. And with this select animation system, it is really easy now. Okay, keep it in mind, this is a free theme. Come to this site, and of course you need Bricks Builder with my child theme, and that's it. Enjoy. See you guys on the next GSAP video. Don't forget to subscribe.